Appreciate that very much. Since you did mention attire, there's a couple things I want to say. Jeans, no tie. Don't be misled. I'm the farm boy here. I was raised on a farm. And, but this does bring up a point. I always have bought my shirts from a certain company that's been around forever. They even sold their suit to President Lincoln. But they recently changed the composition of their shirts. There are now only 97% cotton. And I had to go find a new place to buy a shirt because nothing feels like cotton. So good morning, everyone. This is a very exciting day, and we've come a long way since we signed this agreement back in 2019. Chancellor Mitchell did make a few recognitions, and I'd like to add to that list. I was going to express my gratitude to the former House Ag Chairman Mike Conaway and Chancellor Bob Duncan, former Provost and Dean of the Davis College, Mike Gallion, but I also want to thank Billy Breedlove, and I know he deserves so much of this, Christina Butts, and Noel Sloan, who's a CFO at Texas Tech, and Sean Childers, and I'm probably forgetting a few people, but there were so many people involved in this, and I thank them very much. Speaking of chancellors, you may not remember this, but it was probably 15 or 20 years ago, certainly did involve these chancellors, when a proposal was made to change the Texas Tech seal. Now, the Texas Tech seal was designed in 1924, nearly 100 years ago, and on that seal are 10 cotton bolls. Well, we had some new leadership in the system, and they were going to change the seal and take the cotton bolls off. And a hellacious storm developed. That chancellor moved to New England. But it says something about the connection of Texas Tech to this region and the agricultural industry. We have always seized upon our location in these Great Plains to not only guide our educational mission, but what we do in terms of research. Health, energy, and certainly agriculture. And this represents that continued commitment to the importance of agriculture and the cotton industry in particular. So there's no doubt, as the point's already been made, this is going to strengthen our connection between Texas Tech, the agricultural industry, and the USDA, and this very much has been a collaboration between the Texas Tech University system, Texas Tech University, in particular the Davis College of Agriculture, and the USDA, and we're very, very grateful for that. This is the first collaboration on cotton classing facility between the USDA's Agricultural Marketing and Service Cotton and Tobacco Program and an institution of higher ed, and we're very honored that we can share in that distinction. I'd like to just point out a couple examples of the kind of work that goes on at Texas Tech that relates to our, I think, world stature in cotton research. A few years ago, we hired a member of the National Science Academy, Dr. Herrera Estrella, who is the director of the Institute for Genomics and Crop Abiotic Stress. And I remember when we were recruiting him, he had an offer at Tech in another Ivy League school. And he ultimately chose to come to Texas Tech with the support of the Governor's University Research Initiative. And I asked him, what swayed you to make that decision? And at that time, Mike Gilbert, who was Bear Crop Science, had been very helpful in us recruiting him. He said, it's the cotton industry. I can't do that at Harvard. That was the school. And also we have the Fiber and Bipolymer Research Institute here that involves not only research but education. That point's already been made. And just just west of here, we have entered into a collaboration with the Lubbock Independent School District, and there will be what's called the AgriSTEM Complex. That's a collaboration between Texas Tech, the Davis College, and the Lubbock Independent School District to help educate the next generation of those who will be engaged in the agricultural industry. And as the point's already been made, it's so much more than just being a farmer. So we're very honored to be here today. The Chancellor and I were able to have a tour here. Daryl provided a wonderful tour. You're going to enjoy it. It's so impressive. We're proud of this facility being on this campus, and we're proud of our relationship with the USDA. And with that, I'd like to call Sean Holliday to come forward and make some comments.